VCT Pacific.
T1 takes this. They will truly have usurped the Korean powerhouse DRX. So many people thought this was going to be short and easy for DRX, and it couldn't be farther from the case with T1 actually crushing on the map bind. We now go to our final map here. T1 and DRX. Again, the winning team will go on to face off against Paper X, our Singaporean team, tomorrow here in the grand finals.
Yeah, now T1, their Pearl, I mean, it's been okay, but it hasn't looked great, right? They only got 3 rounds against Paper X and then 8 against Global Esports, 9 against DRX last time they met during the regular season. So hasn't exactly been a strong suit for them. But we'll see what they've shored up. They are sticking with the same comps. Now, of course, back then, a lot of the players still kind of finding their groove here. Especially, I mean, Ban, he's gained so much confidence coming into the later weeks of VCT Pacific.
All right, a push down, be long. And it looks like they are going to pull the trigger. DRX not going to try to fish for any info, just going to try to shove their way in. Yeah, they got Buzz over there, but he can't get much done. Is DRX going to try to turn back around?
I mean, they are just caught in this fire right now, and they can't really find an exit either. I mean, this is just trade for trade.
It's a total bloodbath over here.
Now T1 lower on health, and DRX, they decide to just take the initiative. Actually, Saya gets tagged one more time. Now DRX has all the time in the world, right? They can wait to see if T1 creeps up, which is exactly what they're going to do. They think they have the leisure to make noise, and they will be so wrong as DRX waits for the push.
Yeah, good move there by DRX to go back and then wait. And you know, you saw T1 beginning to advance, and they thought, oh, wait a minute, they're actually running to the other side. They let those footsteps become audible, and were they ever punished for it?
Now, DRX finally getting another pistol round on the board. Third one they'll get today. See if that can lead to a bit more comfort, as DRX just hasn't really been able to escape away from T1 for too long throughout today's series.
Okay, round 2.
DRX sticking with the triple Bulldog buys as well. This seems to be their go-to now.
This seems to be their setup. DRX advances towards A, but decides to pull back around. Saya is very close here to the middle. Not able to see anything yet. He gets pinged, and he will retreat.
Yeah, has to use that tailwind as well just to escape into safety. So not able to create any more curveballs here in mid. He doesn't have that comfort. RB already gonna kind of look for a potential flank, but DRX, they have all but made up their mind to go into B site. And T1, I mean, we saw them do this previously as well, even on Bind, where they kind of wait and they say, okay, you know what, let's make our pick. We choose A. This is where we will stack in the later half of the round. And DRX will be, you know, glad to find out that B site is free.
Yeah, the coin flip does not land on the side of the coin they bet on here, so an easy B site plant and a very strained position here for T1. They might try to come out and see if they can't get a pick or get something done.
Yeah, well, this is as typical as a round of Pearl gets, right? The attackers get the spike planted, one holds back B Hall. You have, you know, screens going up this way and that, and the defenders have to fight through so many different angles.
Oh, Buzz immediately takes Saya out.
Yeah, now Buzz was left alone with the Bulldog, so he's going to start to exit here. He's even going to pick up the share, just get a little extra advantage.
Little bonus there.
Yeah, and T1 looks like they just want to die to the spike.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. DRX is going to go up 2-0. Could T1 create the kind of normal ebb and flow of a Valorant match, or is DX going to start stacking these wins?
DRX, let's find out. I got to imagine Zesta Maka will buy you up to match here with extra rifles in the third round. Turn this bonus into a buy round for themselves.
Some Zeta support here.
Yeah, Buzz as well. I mean, two friends cheering for different teams. No, I mean, one of them will go home smiling, the other not so much. And that fan is the lone T1 fan in that section of the crowd, apparently.
You're in enemy territory.
Behind enemy lines.
You're going to have to let yourself get blown up with the spike.
All the rounds already started here for round 3. And T1, they try to push out aggressively to make sure that DRX cannot think about coming to B site, but DRX answers right back.
Yeah, I mean, a great shot to start things off already. T1 destabilized. And they're going to keep staying out here in long. They're not getting any extra picks here, but there's so much time on the clock right now for DRX. They're going to move the wave forward here.
Yeah, they already have mid control as well. They're even checking Art and B link. I mean, the map coverage is immaculate from DRX. Should they need, they could always try to rotate back. RB is just on a lone mission to get as much space as possible to prep for a potential rotate.
And they also pushed fairly far into A with all this. Zeta does get the drop on Mako. Not the kind of player you want to lose here in a moment like this.
Uh-oh, yeah, this rotate not going to work out for DRX. They just have to leave RB to his own devices. He gets the kill, but that's still going to draw attention to A site, so the rotate back to B is a good call here from DRX.
Carpe going to hear those shots down there and just try to lurk back in the hall.
30 seconds
just
left.
Trying to weave that guiding light in between, make sure it's not predictable where it's going to pop from. And the plant should happen safely.
Yeah, pop flash on the outside. The spike goes down, but Carpe gets another. This is actually somewhat doable here for T1.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, there are nanoswarms ready from RB, but he's very far. See if he's got those lineups. Yep, but the first one gets broken. Second one's coming in. They're ready for it. It gets broken as well. You can't buy time with that. The snake bite gets to decay onto Stacks as well.
They're going to just keep biding their time here. Ban gets one. RB has to peek. They've got to hold it.
Yeah, and Ban's just covering as a shield as well, and he picks up the last kill.
Beautifully done there by T1, and I'll tell you what, it was a scary moment. It looked like it could have been pulled off there for DRX. Very good recovery.
Well, T1, I mean, they get the round they're supposed to, however, at a pretty heavy cost, right? They dropped 3 rifles. Meanwhile, DRX, they've been really liking this half-armor meta, so, I mean, they'll just come right back after that bonus round. Continue to buy up.
Yeah, you can see the confidence there. Ban, by the way, we were talking earlier, is this guy ready to play on a stage this big? Will the pressure get to him? He could not look more relaxed. He could not look more natural.
Yeah, and I just want to point out at the end of the comms right there, T1 just calling out, make sure we watch out for Mako's lurks, right? So they're very well aware that DRX will always plant one of their members here for that lurk. Oftentimes it's been Mako, but of course, with RB returning to that Killjoy, could be either of them.
Okay, so they dip into A and dip right back out. A triple stack over in mid here for T1. But is DRX going to avoid mid entirely? Trailblazer comes out to do a little bit of scouting.
Oh, it should spot them, yeah. So they know that they're just kind of funneled in here in attacker spawn. However, because of the side that the Trailblazer spots them in, T1 has a decent idea that the focus should be going to be. We already see that with the rotate. We don't hear any audio from Saya player, so he's going to continue inching forward.
All right, so Saya's going to have a very good lurk here. This could absolutely interfere with the B-side plant if they can even get that off. It's going to be a quad stack over here at B as well.
Reckoning being used just to try to break up the site. Carpe is in trouble. He's stunned up. He cannot escape.
And it's still just 3 over here. Zeta gets another. Mako gets Zeta. It's another 2 versus 2, just like before. But now Munchkin's the only one left.
RB, he made sure he was aware that his alarm bot and turret were taken out. He's waiting for that flank. Wins that duel. Munchkin, will he go for the last second peek? He wants to, but he doesn't want to give away his position. Just trying to get him on the exit, and he does!
Oh, he saw RB. RB's gonna have to try to run back. Munchkin looking to swing. And he gets him as well. That's huge. Munchkin here with a defuse. A clutch moment. The second round win in a row.
Munchkin used to be a hero in Challengers Japan, the last couple years, and then he took a break, and now he returned. When he returned, at times he was tasked with IGLing in the beginning part of T1, and it looked like his aim was just shaky as ever, but now, when he's the last alive, I mean, he is really holding it down for T1.
Nerves of steel here for Munchkin in what looked like it should be not an easy closer, but an absolutely doable closer here for DRX.
And I love the decision he makes to not spam the potential plant, because if you're hidden in that corner, it's going to be hard to hit, but then waits for the potential exit out of the site. Excellent decision making. Oh,
okay, everybody's blind.
Well, everybody's blind and smoked off, but everyone's just sticking to the fight. Do they know that Saya's here? They do, but he's still good for 2.
All right, a 2v3 now as Stacks gets the jump onto Saya. Looks like the spike is going right up into A as we see T1 scramble to try to get into position. Ban going to be the first to come in here, try to hiccup that defuse.
Well, Ban is going to be able to just get the Cove out of the way, but here's the thing, is that RB is ready in mid to potentially go into Art, and he's not going to get there early, right? They still have members in main. He's going to hide himself for as long as possible. Now Munchkin, oh no, Munchkin puts a great alarm bot. They will be aware when RB comes for the flank. Absolutely doable from T1.
Stack still swinging here. Gets one.
Oh, now left to the 1v1s though. Munchkin, he's got to make his choices. He's got to draw them out one by one.
He gets the first. I don't think there's enough time.
The turret, he's just going to eat it.
Yeah. RB and the turret both taking their shots over there. Again, though, I got to say, my takeaway is just how good Munchkin is in a moment like that. I mean, DRX takes the win, but man, T1 is really making DRX work for these.
Oh, absolutely. And let me just also mention, I mean, both these teams seem to be intent on once the fight happens, we're sticking to it. And part of that comes down to the endurance, right? I mean, you just don't have the leisure to really draw this out and play every round methodical anymore. We've been, out here since, 4 p.m. starting the match, but obviously everyone's been here for longer than that in terms of hours. We're already way past 9 p.m. 5 hours of matches so far.
Yeah. No, it's been an incredible marathon of games, and the play is still at tip-top level. A push down through B long. Let's see if Ban can get these initial picks. They're going to flash and come in. Opportunities for shots to be sprayed in.
DRX carefully checking every corner, even the pockets left open from the smokes. Ooh. Nice spray against Zeta.
Yeah, Zeta eating a lot of shots back there. RB pushes through. Saya already gone.
Does he expect a second? Well, he kind of did, but Munchkin will get that kill.
Yep. Well, I don't know if DRX is going to be able to control this that well. They're pushing forward. Zeta's very, very low. And that's going to be it. Zest cleans up. DRX with the 4th win. Every one of these rounds is a nail-biter.
It absolutely is, Tasteless. And honestly, sure, DRX just took 2 rounds in a row. They struck hard and fast, but can they keep it up? The fans want them to. You hear them cheering in the background.
You got to wonder what Paper X is thinking watching this. I mean, these two teams look so good, right?
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is clearly T1 and DRX, they're both kind of, they match each other stylistically, but Paper X is out there in their own realm, and they finally proved that it can work against a team like DRX. Curious to see what their confidence levels might be going into the grand finals, no matter which team comes up. Now DRX, just early orb control, you love to see it. However, B main's already been pushed out by T1. T1 has all the information. They just need to hold on to Secret in the back of the site here.
Yeah, they bought some time. The Viper's Pit's gonna come down. Are they gonna come in regardless?
Yeah, but
Buzz here with a lurk.
He's already through. They have no idea. Oh, they have no idea. Oh,
what? Hold on, the lockdown's still there.
He tried to break the lockdown first and he gets caught.
Oh, this is gonna be a weird round.
Now the pit was denied from the defenders, but the attacker's pit comes out as well. Saya just trying to draw out members. He's just trying to keep them busy. Cannot get the shots. He only has a classic. He's just trying to keep one busy. The rest is up to the main force of T1.
Stack still trying to swing. Gets one.
Oh, but they're so low. They have to sit in the pit for so long on the side of T1. They have to save. There's no way to recover this round.
Yeah, they're going to bail. They're going to bail. This is going to be a DRX spike going off here. 5-2 here. But very importantly so, T1 does escape with 2 of their members there. Rifles in hand and opportunities in the following round.
Oh, and I mean, honestly, while Buzz wasn't able to get all the kills on that flank through Flower Shop, I mean, just the fact that he was able to go in and keep them busy to the point where Ban couldn't stand in his pit long enough before exiting the opponent's lockdown again to refresh the toxins, right? So that gets rid of the defender's Viper's pit. Meanwhile, DRX can just plant safe and early on in the site. That way their own pit covers the spike. DRX holds on to yet another round.
DRX, by the way, an extremely expensive round on all sides here. We've got Buzz here, ready with the Blade Storm if necessary. Saya going to be peering down B long here. Marshall in hand.
Yeah, the Trailblazer gets broken early. He sees it. He's just waiting for the peek.
And does get it. Does get it.
Yeah, he even gets the slight tag onto Buzz as well. Trying to get another. Oh my God, he gets him through right to the corner.
So good with the Marshall, it's wild.
He's just trying to keep them at bay, just trying to tag him up. Checking all angles. They're buying so much time. Now backup has arrived. They even have the flank ready to go from Ban. T1, they are holding strong, and they have those 2 rifles they saved over. Zeta is in back of sight with a Phantom.
All right, another wall comes up here. T1 has sandbagged this so effectively.
And I love that Ban just has not moved. He hasn't triggered that alarm bot. DRX, I mean, they have to assume that some movement has happened on the other side of the map, but they're just not sure how much. So DRX, they kind of feel pressure that they need to go into B site.
Yeah, they might have to just try to make something happen here.
The Seekers, it's buying time. Oh, Saya not able to close out that last kill.
Yeah, Buzz gets the kill over there. Zeta, Carpe get 2. Mako returns the favor. Suddenly it's just Mako and Zeta and Ban left.
Now a 1v1, Viper v Viper.
But does he know where Ban is coming from?
I mean, he doesn't have any clear idea. The alarm bot not able to be activated.
10 seconds left.
Okay, he shoots the wrong side.
Oh, and now Mako's able to exit. And Mako purposely plants so that he has that exit where he can get safe.
But I think Ban might realize this.
Well, he's got to take the guess, right? Now, does he put up the snake bite? He's just holding to half.
He's gonna hold the full.
Oh, he's gonna hold the full!
Oh my God, and Mako uses that opportunity, dives in, gets the kill. I thought he was gonna go to half. I thought he was gonna pull it off, back up, point the barrel of the gun up.
It's one of those things where Ban, I mean, he went for the gamble, right? He says, you know what, this hasn't happened too much recently. I'll just make you think. But here's the thing, is that the angle that Mako was holding, he could always check if you left the poison cloud, and Ban just had no idea.
Very tough call. Does appear to be a bit of a miscalculation, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there was a world where, Ban tried to sneak in towards the defender's spawn, but at that point, he just wouldn't have had time. So Mako just takes the correct guess, jumps down, and now it's a 6-2 lead. But now an op. It's not a Marshall. Oh, and he's going to have so many targets to choose from.
Oh! Stacks gets the jump on him, and a double. Ban's already gone, too. This round already out of the control here of T1.
And Stacks is coming alive. He's had some rough maps so far here in the lower bracket finals, but if he's opening up the site for DRX, they may just be able to continue this streak.
So T1's gonna go for a save. And it makes me think that previous round that we saw, it was Mako that called the bluff on a defuse earlier. I think it was on Ascent.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was part of the idea there, is that, you're gonna call the bluff this time around, and instead, he calls it and says, okay, no, you're actually holding it. Comes in there and gets the kill.
Yeah, I mean, you have the poison cloud, you're gonna have the health advantage anyway, so might as well try to get the jump down. I mean, at that point, you'll have the angle advantage. And DRX is on the hunt. They have so many creds, they just want to starve T1 of their weapons. But they're not going to find any extra targets just yet.
Yeah. And so it's going to be another round win. Now, with the exception of the last game, every single map could not have been closer. On the previous map, map 4, we did see T1 kind of run away with it. I'm hoping right now for T1's sake that we can see them start to catch up to DRX, because they're getting frighteningly far ahead.
Yeah, they're really starting to run away with it, and it's not just the score. Sure, we've seen these 9-3 halves, 8-4 halves in this best of 5 so far, but the style and tempo they're doing it in, right? I mean, DRX, they are starting to get some of their rounds purely off of their duels as well. I mean, a lot of people are starting to recognize, we talked about it on the cast as well, DRX, the wins they were getting were because of their set plays, their execution, which was always what they were good at. But T1 was winning a lot of these rounds on pure mechanics. And now DRX is firing back. Perhaps the endurance starting to catch up to T1 as we're halfway through map 5.
Here.
All right, Buzz peering down B. Is Ban gonna try to swing? All right, the Viper wall comes back up. Oh, already Carpe getting the drop on a Buzz.
Oh, and Mako will be able to clear out one side, but there's so many targets on the other. Carpe stays alive.
Zest does confirm the plant. And this means it's just gonna be Munchkin and Saya left over. Saya comes out, but he can't find the target. Zest escapes.
Yeah, you can tell Saya, he knows that he's running out of time. I mean, the post-plant setups here from DRX is going to be so much that T1 has to battle through. He gets a headshot through the wall. He knows they're weak. He's going to try to climb forward.
Oh, Princess is there.
That's one down, though.
Yeah, but they've got not much time left, and RB's shot is
no.
good. Saya tries to advance. I don't think anybody's going to call his bluff.
No.
He runs back to the spike.
He's just going to try
He's
to
going to hold it.
He is holding right on the edge of the wall. DRX recognizes that as well, and they chase him off, bring him back in.
DRX is fighting back harder than ever. This map, map 5, is looking like what we kind of imagined all these maps would look like for DRX.
Yeah, I mean, just the speed and the tempo, the initiative coming out from DRX, and I'll be honest, I mean, I am a little surprised the timeout comes out so late, right? Just kind of letting T1 try to recover on their own.
It seemed like T1 was maybe floundering for a little bit too long. There is an art to calling timeouts, and without that much, that many rounds left in a half, I mean, what exactly can T1 do to reconfigure? Now, we've had DRX ahead more than this, and it didn't mean anything. We've seen full recoveries.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can always recover. You're going to be able to get the side switch as well. So if if T1 can get up to 4 rounds, there's still hope, right? You take the initiative. But I think one thing that you need to talk about is T1's definitely rushing their initial battles just a bit. I mean, we can tell that they are trying to just commit a little too hard to these fights. And I think part of that is, again, I mean, a lot of people have noted this as well in that B site. I mean, that's why some of those changes are incoming in the pipeline. It's that the attackers can just walk, just take their time, walk in with a bunch of smokes, plant, get out, and get ready with their post-plant setups all the way down with the long sight line. So to combat that, T1's trying to push out. But if you're not winning the first duels, you got to find another way.
You absolutely do. Now, the thing about T1's play as well is that some of these aggro moves, you look like a genius if it works, but you look like a fool if it backfires.
Sure.
And so far, it's been backfiring, unfortunately so.
And a lot of that is, I mean, Saya was good for so many kills so far, and this map, he just cannot find his groove. He cannot make it click. So they just back off. He gets flashed initially, and T1 says, okay, well, you know what? We weren't able to get the cheeky early kill. Just back off and hold.
DRX gonna peruse down B long.
Oh, the crossfire was so good from T1, but they can't stay because of the reckoning.
Dan takes Mako out.
They're trying to make sure just at least one person's still not stunned. Just trying to keep that alive. Actually, Saya gets the pick onto Buzz as well.
Stax fights back. Sada's gone. But it looks like they're going to abandon this position. Munchkin winning that fight over there from RB. DRX maybe a little bit too confident. A lot of that just, falling to shots where nobody saw anybody on either side. Just good instinct on where to fire through the Viper wall. Yeah, just trying to check all corners and follow each other's tracers. Now, T1, they've never been in a more comfortable situation. They're just watching for a potential deep lurk in a flank. But with the timer there, Munchkin's just going to wait. He's going to pop his nano swarms just to waste time. DRX, they can't relax here. They know that, right now, if anything backfires, it's only going to get worse here in this set. Flashes have been spotted, and he cannot get the spike plant. Stax, he needs to win this duel. Oh my God, he does! Not enough, though. And there it is, the third win on the board here for T1. Can they get that important fourth win?
Last round in the half.
T1, it was a funny last round. It was a lot of shots fired through. Nobody could see each other, but the shots connected favorably there for T1. We may see a little bit more of a cautious DRX here. Yeah, I mean, I think, now you realize, okay, T1, they've calmed things down. They're not rushing out to these fights, so let's just wait. Let's go back to classic DRX style. Saya trying to tell his team, this is totally doable. And T1, I mean, if they push out, if they get no contact on B, surely they will continue to push and gain some ground. Oh! Okay, I mean, Munchkin just trades health for health. Both of them at about half HP. Bit of a fumble there from the Blade Storm. Seemed like an opportune moment to make it some kills. But Buzz is already in, and Munchkin is stuck. Oh, the Nano Swarms, along with the Snakebite and the early spray, brings down Buzz. They're trying to chase out Munchkin, but he's still holding strong in back sight. If they can keep this up, Munchkin continuing to get these kills. We have a big push in here from behind. Saya with the blades out. Viper's Pit comes up. Can they lurk well enough? Oh, and he gets the spray right away. And now Saya can potentially updraft and dash forward, and they can just go for an instant pinch onto this Viper. Oh, they spot him as well. He's stunned up.
He cannot defend himself, and it's going to be a 4-8 half for T1.
You know, it was an incredible first half for DRX, but the crowd over here for T1 is going wild. It's undeniable, but they've been fighting back very well. And I mean, as we've already seen today, William, we've seen recovery after recovery where this first half never seems to necessarily represent the ebb and flow of the second half.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, T1 is the one who regained momentum towards the very end of that first half. So, I mean, nothing that DRX should be too shaken up about. But again, pistols have been in favor of T1 so far. So we'll see how that continues to pan forward. 5-3 in terms of pistol round scoreline in favor of T1. DRX, if they can get this pistol, they'll feel so much better about the defending half.
So much on the line here. Whoever takes this map survives into the finals and has to face off against PaperX tomorrow.
Yeah, I
mean, this is, by the way, been a marathon of a best of 5.
And I was about to say, imagine you win this, and then you still have another best of 5 you got to go through tomorrow if you want to become the champions. I mean, listen, it takes the greatest to do it. We'll see if either of these teams are up for the task. Of course, tomorrow, PaperX still sitting comfy with the 2 bans. They can ban both maps in that best of 5.
Right.
They will get choice of first map or first side. I mean, a huge advantage for getting there from the upper bracket. But, I mean, either of these teams, first of all, they got to be able to close out map 5 today.
Not to mention PaperX sitting here studying, farming intel, getting every little play, every little tick, every little characteristic. I mean, trying to prep that for a grand finals victory here tomorrow evening.
Yeah, the real winners here are number 1, the fans, but number 2, PaperX, because they got to watch 5 maps from both of these teams, right? I mean, they got all the intel they need about potential comp change-ups, potential style change-ups. You know, they realize, okay, Bind, the tempo from T1 has changed a bit. DRX, they're using Zest on every map. I mean, this is a lot that PaperX can, obviously it's only one day, but it's still something that they can somewhat prepare for mentally.
Here we go, into the second half of the final map. DRX up 8-4, but we know that comebacks are possible for both teams, as we've already seen it happen on both sides in the previous maps that led us up to this moment.
And T1, they're going to switch things up. They know that B is the usual go-to, but they just want to focus here on this A side initially. At least get that ult orb, that A main ult orb. Whoever gets it first, they can continue to kind of hold control on that side. Now, will they commit to this entry? I mean, you're hearing this turret as well.
All right, some shots fired in there. RB does get hit a little bit. Get beaten up a little bit. T1 now going to seesaw back over to the other side of the map, maybe to get that other orb, and then possibly spring an attack onto the site.
But this is very good, right? Because first of all, you take out the turret, but you notice that the Killjoy setup is there. So no need to fight against that in the pistol round. However, by taking out the turret, you make sure that DRX cannot just ditch the site. They can't just leave the Killjoy there. The threat is always there. We already see that Stax has shifted his weight towards mid. Now they can have an easier time trying to break into B site.
Okay, they are going to be able to ice out this part of the site. Shots fired in there, not quite fully connecting.
Oh, but the guiding light slows them just enough. They haven't entered the site just yet, but look at the map. Munchkin is at the entrance of A site, and he calls for his teammates. In lieu of time, Ping's coming out to potentially go through Art, but Munchkin has cleared the entire site. If he can stay alive, this is a free site here for T1.
And let's not forget how Munchkin has fared before in these moments. He's been super clutch. So to get an interception this early on would be huge. A wide wrap around here, but RB going to come through and peek. He senses he's there.
Oh, but Munchkin gets the kill, and he gets out alive. They know one's in secret as well. The turret just buys time, but Mako takes that out right away.
Yeah, Mako now. Vision obfuscated.
And Saya already on the flank, on the lurk, through mid as well.
Mako having a hard time getting things done. Buzz is picked off here by Ban.
Oh, Saya's a little too far out. Is this gonna bite him back? But they don't stick the defuse just yet. They have no idea where Saya is.
Zess is so low.
Oh, Saya with his flicks. Oh no, Mako's just gonna hold it. Oh man, and Mako, he catches his opponent as they stick the defuse. However, he will not be caught unaware. Saya tries to go for the spray, force Mako off, and Mako does not budge.
T1 has put up such a fight, but things are looking more and more dire there. We saw the reload occur, and then he was picked off there at the very end. T1 scrambling now after, I think the most important starting point here to try to recover has not happened.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, one of the other reasons that Saya couldn't make as easy of a decision to just walk in to check is that wasn't his own poison cloud, right? That last time it happened when Mako was the one defending the spike defuse, it was his own poison cloud. He knew that the decay would put him in an advantage. But this time, I mean, Saya was a risk one way or the other.
It starts the way the last round ended. Beautifully done here. DRX getting that first kill. Munchkin already out of the picture.
Well, it is just that eco. Of course, Marshall on Saya, always good for one, but we'll see if he can make miracles happen once again. They've already taken over arc control, and just within these 2 rounds, T1's starting to put a lot of pressure on different parts of the map. So that should work in their favor at a macro level, but if DRX starts to really run away with the round scores, it's not going to matter. It's not going to be much time.
Oh!
Almost tries to get the tag there.
Yeah, Saya going to try to back up over here. They've tucked Buzz right up into the corner here. This could end up completely throwing Saya off.
Oh, but Carpe actually gets the lurk kill in mid.
Yeah, you can see Buzz close it on Saya. Clean that out.
30 seconds left.
And the spike has gone all the way up right through the center. Are they going to try to come around to the back of A? It looks like it.
Yeah, they knew that Mako got the kill early on in A main. Now the question is, does Mako peek out? If he throws the snake bite, he will get spotted. All right, it's not going to tag Ban or Zeta, so they're going to be able to just stick the plant. Ban was given that Bulldog. Oh, he tries to peek out on that timing.
Cool tactic, but it didn't pay off.
But Zeta's stuck. They know he's here somewhere in bunker. He's good for one, but he cannot get the third.
This spike's getting diffused, and the 10th win is going to go on the board here. Again, we've seen T1 recover today in rough situations like this, but can they do it? It does seem like DRX is starting to get a little bit better on the peaks. A lot of what T1 was winning with was when they were behind, just basically having better mechanics, better gunplay, better instinct in these kind of 1-versus-1 situations. It does seem like DRX is starting to surpass them, starting to lap them, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's not to take away, of course, from T1's overall macro play as well, but again, it really the foundation was that they were able to win these duels, and then they were playing the map off of that information, off of winning these duels, getting that first contact. T1, they've got to be able to calm things down. Now they have the Reckoning. They're trying to go further early, and DRX tries to shut it down, and they will succeed initially.
Oh, Carpe starting to do Carpe things. Gets a triple. Momentum now angled towards B as we have Mako and RB scrambling to get back onto the site. T1 can start to recover. It happens with this round.
Absolutely. Now Sheriff and Stinger only. I mean, that Viper's Pit, I can't imagine that Mako uses it. It's not going to stop bullets coming through on this long sight line. Those plant lineups already prepared and ready to go. Oh, I love the trailer. It's just waiting until you hear the defuse. Just making sure they can't stick it. Okay, hiding on the far side, but of course, snake bites, they are AoE.
All right, I don't know if this is going to work out. Trying to see what they can do here.
I mean, DRX, they're just going to have to run in and stick it right afterwards, and he is right at the very edge.
Hold on,
oh,
hold on.
T1, do they not realize? Okay.
Okay. For a second. That looked pretty bad. All right, the T1 side of the audience goes nuts. They had to pull that one off if it was going to be realistic to recover. But again, DRX is so close. Viper's Pit is ready, by the way.
Yeah, and let's just note, I mean, DRX has had trouble closing out maps so far in this best of 5, right? They've been sitting on that 10th round, 11th round for quite a long time in a lot of these maps. Curious to see if they're going to allow T1 a bit more margin again. Viper's Pit for Mako. But he is sitting in B link, so no real thought on using it in an early part of the round here.
All right, they don't get a lot of intel. Well, you're going to see that now the Viper's Pit set up over here.
Oh, but the early Reckoning and RB's gone, so now they can just try to get in. Now Mako's doing Mako things. He puts up the pit, gets out as the Reckoning goes through, just like the lockdown, and then he enters right back in before the Toxin ends. The pit will stay up.
Yeah, smart move. Big wrap around here. T1 going to try to come over to the edge here. Stack sees him.
And they know the only way that T1 can really do this is try to get us around on the pit. Stash is trying to go for these pop flashes. He's just trying to keep them at bay, but Munchkin gets the surround crossfire.
DRX still has a fight in him. Munchkin lurking through here. He finds Mako. The pitfalls.
Oh, and they find Zest in that last moment as well. Buzz left all alone. Gotta save that one rifle. And, oh man, Mako, he's done this, I think that's like the third time he's done it in a clean way where he's able to put up the pit right as a lockdown or the reckoning happens. He exits to dodge the opponent's ultimate, and then he times it just right to get back in to retain it. That part was good.
Yeah.
But however, I mean, DRX was also not in a position to be able to like push back out of the site, and T1 will be able to eventually get that surround.
Well, William, the comeback is happening. We're starting to see T1 chain together these victories. We know we've seen them do it before. Could very well happen here now. And you made a good point. I mean, DRX has already sat with 10, 11 wins, and that's not an obvious victory. They do seem to struggle to kind of figure out the final pieces of the puzzle to put that together, close it out, and walk away.
Yeah, let's remember DRX still 2 timeouts left on the board. T1 only 1. They already used one towards the later part of the first half. Now, that timeout did lead to those 2 extra rounds, which is allowing T1 to stay competitive here on this very last map of the lower bracket finals. T1, they have that lockdown, Reckoning, and just a save round, half armors. Buzz just going to have that Hero Phantom that he saved over. Let's see, I mean, if he can get an early kill, that would lead to Blaze Storm and tossing over the rifle. However, T1 just not going to meet them over on the B side. Now, T1, they've ditched B entirely, like not even Killjoy setups on that side. Curious to see what their ideas are here.
We do have some peering up into mid here.
You should run.
We got to really see how RB handles this.
Okay, just the lockdown being used right away. I mean, this is something that T1 does, right? Is that, you know, don't save it. Use it when we can get the advantage. And they're just going to try to clear it out. They've already cleared, thanks to the lockdown, they've cleared Art. Now they have a 2-pronged attack, but everyone from DRX is here.
Yeah, it is a 5-stack ready to try to defend this.
Well, that cove's not being broken anytime soon as the opponents are on an eco, but... All right, Reckoning coming in from DRX. They want to go for this retake. They think they have a chance here.
Yeah.
All right, the utility's all gone, right? Post plant, only 1 snakebite remains here. In fact, no snakebites remain on the side of T1. They just have to spray for the defuse.
They started. Oh, RB with a double.
Oh, RB's defending so well. Zest is still sticking it.
He's going to hold it, and they get it.
Oh my gosh, and just the speed at which DRX does this with the Reckoning, it forces all the early utility out of T1. And they have to spray it down, but RB defends so well on that Art side. Meanwhile, the main forces, I mean, you hear DRX shouting, just shield me, right? Just block the shots.
I mean, such a heroic victory of such a scuffed round back there.
Yeah, what a way to do this.
They let them spend that lockdown. They used their own. They just played patiently. Nobody overextended. Nobody did anything foolish. And here we are, DRX, 2 wins away from closing this out. T1 fighting for their tournament lives.
All right, that Trailblazer gonna have to be shot down. DRX knows that B-Link is entirely given up to T1. So that means mid control pretty much given up, right? I mean, we see on the map, Zest backs all the way. But Seekers, I love the Seekers timing. This is gonna let them know that they could potentially push out a B main if they so choose. Wait until that last Seeker turns the corner. So now they're starting to surround T1. It's like, okay, you took mid, but what are you gonna do after that?
All right, they're coming in. RB ready. Can he get any picks?
Oh, and the high tide slows him down as well. The Nanoswarms pops to buy time. Zaya trying to get the pick.
Mako just here in bunker.
Oh, but yeah, but this has allowed the rest of the forces to enter the site. Mako's not gonna be quite ready for this.
Spike down.
Oh, but his teammates were here to help. Carpe recovers it for T1.
Carpe keeps delivering here.
Whoa!
Oh, it stacks. What? Gets that flick.
Van Ester's back, and now Buzz once again with the operator this time. Just has to save it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame Buzz for running right now. DRX knows it's very likely T1's going to catch a couple more wins here before DRX can cross that finish line if they do actually manage to pull that off. T1's been so clutch.
Man.
What was with that turn from Stacks?
I have
was
no
weird.
idea. I thought it wasn't even going to be envisioned. I think in some weird twist of events, Saya maybe missed the first shot and Stacks heard him? Because I think he was pretty much turned 180 from him. Maybe, we gotta look at the replay. I don't know if there was a teammate who maybe caught sight of him on the minimap. Whatever happens, Stacks just with an incredible flick. I don't think there was anyone on the other side, but
7-11. T1 is not finished yet. We've got Saya ready with a Blade Storm if need be. Same is true over on the other side here for DRX.
And I love that we're taking a look at the IGLs, right? You can just see both of them racking their brains. Both of them, so much they have to share with their team, so much they have to run through on calculations in their own head, and then transfer it in between each round during the buy phase. Zeta calling for something quite passionately there, and it looks like it's just going to be a fast A hit.
All right, Buzz backs up. Blades are drawn.
Yeah, but they hear the Blade Storm, so that should give them an idea that that's a reaction off of the push on A. Oh! The sneak right through the cascade, and Zest
finds two.
Buzz gets another as well. This advance has been shut down, but Saya player trying to keep T1 in the game. The Blade Storm comes out!
He gets two! Just one left. RB here. He doesn't know where RB is. He's going to grab the spike. Does he plant it? He's going to go for it. There's enough time, but RB is scrambling to get in here. Remember, Saya creates so many more opportunities here with this Blade Storm.
Yeah, 1v1. Saya on track for the ace. And he doesn't know, so he's trying to watch behind him. He has so many angles to cover. He goes for the peek, and he gets the ace! Saya player puts T1 with an 8th win on the board.
Oh my God. At the 11th hour, Saya clutches it, and DRX knows T1 is catching up.
Oh my God, and we talk about T1 being able to claw back thanks to their mechanics when they need it. Saya proves our point in one single round.
Unbelievable. And the pressure is just building on both sides. Do we have a timeout call yet? Or are we going to go into this next round?
I mean, as everyone could tell, my voice could use a timeout.
I could, yeah.
That much is true. I mean, this
I'm like, do the players need hot water? Oh, no, that's me.
Well, it is called.
Okay.
Thank God.
Oh, my
we can
God.
calm down just a bit. I mean, we are in the last couple rounds of this entire evening, Tasteless.
What a journey this has been.
This is...
And, you know, it's DRX with incredible teamwork, but every once in a while, these T1 players, their tactics are good, their ideas are original, but they also just pop off in these moments when they're, you know, outnumbered and outgunned.
Man, I mean, it really, you can see it in the IGL's faces, actually, that they know that it's all about just staying focused, right? It's not about doing anything crazy. You just have to make sure whoever runs, you know, the better calculations, doesn't make the mistakes, that's who's going to win here in the last couple rounds. 2-2 scoreline. DRX on the verge of getting eliminated in home soil for the second time ever. Trying to get to the grand finals.
All right, the birds high-five past each other. We might have a lot more shots down here in the middle.
All right, and DRX are just going to back off. They realize no extra utility being used, but T1 uses this against them, right? They purposely back off, cut noise. T1 doing T1 things. They love to cut noise and creep forward. Now, the one curveball is that Buzz is holding a nice angle where he'll be able to jiggle peek and get that info early on enough.
But Zeta's going to be the first one to come around the corner.
But DRX suspects this. They suspect that the noise has been cut, but because look at Zest. They have backup ready to go.
All right, he sees him. Do they commit? Buzz goes to the next line of defense.
The high tide comes out immediately, but Saya just pushes through, but he has no idea that Stacks is close by, and Buzz takes out Saya as well.
Ban fights back, though. It's a 2v2 already. Carpe low on HP.
All right, they're just trying to make sure they clear the site before they try to recover the spike. Spike is down. Oh, nobody tied by the guiding light.
All right, RB is going to go under and wrap around from the bottom.
Left.
I think he's going to be a little surprised to find Munchkin here.
Yeah, Munchkin is completely prepared for this.
Yeah, but is RB... Oh, he does suspect it, but Munchkin is lined up for the headshot.
Now they're both very low. Mako at full HP. A good spray from Mako could kill 1 or 2 easily.
Yeah, but because of that, Munchkin, he puts the nanoswarms down, and he's rotating all the way around just to force Mako to have to check so many more corners. The first nanoswarm goes out. I think he activated maybe both just to buy time. No, he activates the second one now. And Mako's like, where are you coming from? Trying to stick it.
He starts it. He can get it to half at least.
Oh, no. Munchkin, it's now just mind games. Munchkin just calls the bluff. Munchkin is calling the bluff, and Mako does not have time for the defuse.
Wow, the mind games back there.
I don't know many people who can stand up against Mako in the mind games like that.
Says, no, you're not doing it.
Yeah,
I know you're not doing it.
You
I'm
saw
not
him kind of sit up there and just kind of give a shout out across the stage. Says, not today.
And by the way, I mean, RB with the swing completely ready, but Munchkin is just a little bit too fast.
Oh my
There's been some very important moments here where Munchkin is just a few percentage points better.
And this is, I mean, this is what we used to say about DRX, right? Is that, oh, well, Stacks, he really clutches when you need to. Zest, he's so trustworthy with his set plays. And we're saying the same things for T1. We really are seeing a potential change of guards within Korean Valorant and already within Pacific with Paper Rex finally taking down their arch nemesis DRX in the upper bracket finals.
Creeping up into A. We have a triple stack here for DRX. And Buzz already gets a drop on one.
Isaiah is a little stuck. Oh, he can't find the exit.
What? Suddenly, T1 in shambles.
I mean, this is not a full buy round from DRX. They just have the one rifle on Zest.
We barely got started in this round before DRX just took so much away from T1. It's not impossible, but how is T1 going to handle this? They're going to continue to try to creep in on the site. Buzz is still ready.
Oh, I mean, and RB is just trying to buy time by spamming through the wall. Meanwhile, Buzz is set up here in secret with the Marshall. The coping uses smoke, but it's not going to be good enough. And DRX with a flawless. They will be able to create match point.
DRX is either going to have to go to overtime or they're going to win this. It's all up to T1 now to try to string these wins together. The pressure is real. T1 has been so close to causing the upset here at VCT Pacific.
All right, DRX, you can hear it in the comms. They're just kind of trying to chill out. They're like, yeah, this is how it used to feel, but T1, that final timeout. I mean, they only had the one left. They were trying to hold on to it for as long as possible. It looked like they were able to make the run back without needing to use it, but it's now or never.
This has been such a series. And if there was ever a team that could come back in this moment, T1 would be that team. They were down and out in maps before.
Man. I mean, listen, I'm sure the players, especially DRX now having a match point, they would want to get this done and over with, but there would be nothing more epic than if this went to overtime. And T1 could do it. Just because it's match point, it does look difficult, but they've been able to really bunker down, zone in, trust in their fundamentals, trust in their mechanics. They just tried 2 rounds of cutting noise. DRX is starting to get a read on that. What is the change of Reckoning and Viper's Pit available for T1?
There is a lockdown on hand here for RB. If they do need to try to set up some kind of a retake or some kind of positional advantage.
Oh, DRX has the read on this.
Yep, they're ready here with a triple stack on B.
And
quadruple stack, excuse me.
Yeah, quadruple. And even on A, they're just trying to buy time.
Oh, Buzz here.
They've already got the crossfire. He's ready for it. He jumps in with the shorty. He opens up the first kill.
He gets another.
Oh, the flash is good.
Buzz keeps getting these kills. It's just Munchkin with a decent amount of health. Ban recovers a little bit. Carpe down as well. A very healthy DRX and very good control of this match. The spike is stuck over here at B long. T1 has to fight back to try to recover it.
The only way they can recover this round and potentially this map is to win their duels, and they will not be able to get the first one. And Buzz will be able to close things out.
That is it. GG. We have seen DRX ultimately defeat.